Alright, let's solve some equations. We've got 3 to do for this video, so we'll just get started. A deli ran a weekend special on their 2 popular subs. A ham and cheese sub was $4 and the turkey and cheese was $4.50. 50 more ham and cheese subs sold than turkey for a total sale of $880. How many of each type of sub was sold? So we are talking about 2 types of subs, and it says 50 more ham and cheese were sold than turkey. So I'm going to start with the turkey sub. I'm going to go ahead and say that the turkey sub is represented by X. And then off on the side, I just want to make a note that the turkey subs were $4.50 because we're going to use that in a minute. Alright, then we have the ham and cheese sub. It said 50 more ham and cheese subs were sold than the turkey. So if you take your turkey subs and you add 50 to it, that's how many ham and cheese were sold. And these cost $4. So we have a total sale of $800, so we want everything in terms of dollars. How many of each type was sold? So what's happening is we have X turkey subs, but those sold for $4.50 each. So I'm going to multiply $4.50 times every turkey sub that was sold. Because the total sale was $800, I'm going to add in, so there's our turkey. We want to add in our ham and cheese. Well, our ham and cheese was X plus 50. We defined that variable. But how much money did we make for each one of those? Each one of those cost $4. So I'm just going to multiply $4 out on the outside of that. And that total was $800. $880, excuse me. Alright, so now we're going to solve the equation. Remember, if you see parentheses, you're distributing, so we'll start with the distributing. This is 4x plus 4 times 50 is 200. Carry down the $4.50 times x. I'm just going to go ahead and say 4.5x, same thing. And then equals 880. So we combine our like terms. 4.5x plus 4x is 8.5x plus 200 equals, did you guys catch the mistake that I made? And are you proud of me for catching it? It's not 800, it's 880. So make sure you are copying numbers down correctly because that makes a difference. Alright, solve for x, we'll subtract 200 first. Move this up here. So we have 8.5x is equal to 680. Then we divide both sides by the 8.5. And x is equal to 80. So again, it's a word problem, so look back and see what they were asking. How many of each type of sub was sold? So turkey sold X subs, and we just said X was 80. So we had 80 subs, 80 turkey subs that we sold. Ham and cheese, it was our turkey subs plus 50, because they sold 50 more ham and cheese, and 80 plus 50 is 130. So we have 130 ham and cheese subs. Alright, next word problem. This one is about tickets to a play, but it's pretty similar to the last one we did. Tickets for a school play were sold for $5 to students and $6 to adults. 10 more adult tickets were sold than student tickets. How many of each type of ticket was sold if a total of $390 was profited? Alright, so it says 10 more adult tickets were sold than student tickets. So we're going to start with our student tickets. So we know that we're just going to say we sold X student tickets, and then off on the side, let's just keep in mind how much they were. Those were $5. Alright, then it said that we had 10 more adult tickets were sold. So we take our student tickets and we can add 10 to it. And then off on the side, remember that these cost $6. And the total was $390. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our student tickets, but because our total is in dollars, we want all this in dollars. So for every student ticket, we made $5, so 5x, plus our adult tickets are x plus 10, but again, we charged $6 for each of those, so we multiply by 6, and it equals 390. All right, so now we solve, start with that distributing, 6x plus 60, carry down your 5x, and your equals 390. Combine your like terms. We have 11x plus 60 equals 390. Subtract 60. 11x equals 330. Then we divide by 11. 33 divided by 11 is 3, and then you can bring down that 0. So we got 30. Alright, so now let's answer the question they're asking. How many of each type of ticket was sold? Well, our student tickets sold X, which is 30. So we sold 30 tickets for the students. Our adult tickets are your X plus 10, so 30 plus 10. So we sold 40 adult tickets. There you go. Alright, one side of a square is increased by 2 inches and the other side is decreased by 3 inches to form a rectangle. So first let's see what we're talking about. So we're starting with a square, right? So here's our square. What do we know about squares? All 4 sides are congruent. So I'm just going to label each of those with 4. So it says one side is increased by 2 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and take my length and I'm going to increase it by 2 inches. And then it says the other side is decreased by 3 inches. So that means decrease is subtraction, so we're going to subtract 3 inches. So now we're looking at this rectangle where you got x plus 2 for your length and x minus 3 for your width. So at this point, we're done with the square because they are asking about the rectangle. It says if the perimeter of the rectangle is 30 inches, find the length of the side of the square. Oh, I guess we will go back to the square in a minute, but we'll get there. Alright, so perimeter means add up all your sides. So x plus 2 plus the other one, x plus 2. So I just added those, plus x minus 3 plus another x minus 3 is going to equal 30. Alright, combine all your like terms. You've got x, 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 so that's 4x. And then 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 minus 3 is 1. And 1 minus 3 is negative 2. So you just combine all those numbers to get a negative 2. And then you solve. We're going to add 2 to both sides. So 4x equals 32. Divide by 4. And we get x equals 8. And then it says find the length of the side of the square. Well, our squares, we said, have a length of x. And we are talking, I think we're in inches, right? So 8 inches is the length of the square.